Hello guys and welcome back to another Legion IX Hispania Company Heroes 2 replay. I've got a 1v1 for you today on West Wall. Map you haven't seen before in one of my videos, so let's crack into it, shall we? It is between me and a British player called Centurion. The ranks are level 18, 1 star for me. Centurion is a 3-star level 100. I did check his profile, as we can see. He has 1,845 hours in Company Heroes 2, so he has the hours in the game, so he is competent with hour-wise anyways. So let's see what happens. So, straight off the bat, he's going to go for a Vickers, as well as his infantry section, just to be expected. And I've gone for my MG42 and then popping out a Grenadier squad as quickly as I can. So, Centurion has gone Commando Regiment with that small grid operation, which is pretty decent for how cheap it is really. Only costs very little. It's a small barrage will occur on all frontline sectors of infantry will become hidden in friendly territory. So basically it's good at just pushing the lines because it smokes everywhere. You guys become hidden in friendly territory and you can neutralise points more quicker. It only costs 75 munitions. Assault, infantry sections move more quickly and have better attack. Recon, and you have a lot of recon planes fly across the battlefield. They have commanded glider inserts. Then you'll have your mortar cover. Then your air supremacy operation, which is a deadly use if used correctly. However, if you don't use it correctly, you've just blown 325 manpower. Preferably, this is really it's a really good one if you use it against. It's very good if you use it against OKW with the frontline bases. It's very good against that. I haven't picked my doctrine yet because I want to see it. I want to wait a little while before I decide to pick what I'm going to do. I'm changing my camera angles up for you guys today. I want to be a bit more slower roaming around, stopping some people from being annoyed at the joltiness, so I'm using my mouse wheel to go around the field at the moment. So he's moving his Vickers to the left side of the field, probably into this building, would be my first guess. And I could have got there quicker, but I messed up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is get my guys behind here and just leave them there for a little bit, because he can't shoot for this wall, which is just really good. I have to be careful though, because if he turns his face around, I'm going to guess if he turns his MG around, such as he just did now, he's going to win me a couple of bursts off into me. So not really much happening early game. He's been quite strange with how he's connected. So far I've connected 4 points and my munitions points up. He's only connected 1 point up, and he hasn't even connected his munition point up, so my resource flow should be doing very decent. I just hit the retreat button instead of getting my guys pinned and damaged, which would cost me manpower. So, overall wise though, we seem to be evenly controlling the map. I'm bringing out a sniper now because I'm versing British infantry sections, which I assume would be a decent idea, as he only has 4 guys. However, he has brought out a second Vickers. One's probably going to try and hold down this star, and maybe one for the centre. I don't really know at this point, and I can't remember from actually playing this game. Still, I finally picked mine, and I'm going to go Lightning War with those Jägerlight G43 Jägerlight infantry upgrades. Tactical movement is always good to get your troops around the field quickly. Relief infantry is needed if you need to plug the gap in with those crappy Osttroopern. You still got close air support. It's really good at taking out the enemy armour, and the Tiger tank is just a Tiger tank. Can't really fault a Tiger tank. So guys, let me know what you think of this game and leave a like, and if you like my content, please give a subscribe and a subscribe button as this video is being produced. I'm on 99 subscribers. I'd really like to get that 100th subscriber, guys. It'd be great if we could get that sometime this weekend. That'd be great. It is the general election today where I am, so it's going to be a fun day indeed, politically wise. So he's moving his infantry section, and we haven't actually got into any real combat at this moment in time, and he's the 4th battalion, which is quite strange. As you see, the map is heavily divided up, and I believe I'm coming out better off for the points. I only just captured my fuel point now, which I should have been doing a bit earlier. I have managed to get my fuel before the enemy has, because he's diverted troops away from capturing that fuel point, which is quite stupid in my opinion. So he's now going to head it close to the centre. I got some grenadiers in heavy cover with my MG and my snipers in the back there, making sure it doesn't get killed, and I've got another grenadier squad capturing stuff. First combat in the centre, and my MG42 is doing a good job of suppressing them. Sniper gets a good shot off, I believe, and gets the kill. Taking that guy down as well. I'm pretty sure he didn't spot my sniper, and I only caught the MG, thought the MG got the kill. Bringing my engineers up, so he's now realised he needs to get the fuel, so he's going to turn his fuel back up. As we see, it's very well divided. I believe now we are perfectly even for resources, but we need to be careful. The munitions points are in very dangerous sectors that could be possibly pushed at any time. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit just until we get to some more action right now.
New universal carrier ready for use.
He's brought out a universal
The new
carrier.
platoon command post is ready.
I'm going to slow this down to 1 now. He's brought a universal carrier out, which is a very good choice for him to make. It's very good at dealing with my grenadiers with MG. So I'm going to push my grenadiers up, and I believe my sniper's not too far away as well. I'm going to get him into position to start having a couple of pot shots at this British infantry behind the heavy cover. Gets a good shot there with my sniper. With my sniper. So my sniper's going to have a pot shot now. Gets a kill. Bringing this to a very even battle. And if he stays there, my sniper will just mop him up. And the sniper unfortunately misses the shot, which is quite unlucky for me. I'm going to leave the grenadier squad there. I'm just getting a bit greedy as I really want the decap at least on this point. This is in another infantry section, so I'm not going to be able to get the cap. I'm only going to get the decap. So I'm going to have to get out of there very quickly. Sniper gets a good shot off. I'm going to have to pull that sniper back to be on the safe side. I'm retreating back because I don't want to get hurt by the universal carrier that can push at any moment. He's getting a nice amount of kills. He's going for the early armoured car, which is decent compared to I don't really have much AT. Got my first G43 rifle upgrade and a nice rifle grenade here. Does a lot of damage, doesn't get a lot of kills. And the G43 rifles, unfortunately, I do lose them because I'm microing elsewhere. It's a bad move for me there. And I lost the one unit that had the one of the units that had the G43s, so it was a bad choice by me. Yeah, however, he is pushing pretty heavily with his universal carrier, and his universal carrier, my pioneers will do a good job against this universal carrier at close range, as we'll see now. Got my Panzer Grenadiers out, which will help heal that loss of the Grenadier. And he has both munitions point right now, so in a resource way he is going to be slowly winning that combat. However, I have both two victory points, so I should be pretty strong in that area there. And my infantry is moving back into position now, leaving a squad of troops over in this building, which I have now repositioned over to here to try and capture this munitions point. Armoured Carlo is going to be a problem because I have no form of anti-tank at the moment apart from the Panzerfaust.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
And apart from the Panzerfaust, so British player's got a very healthy roster. He's got 3 infantry sections, a Royal Engineer, 2 Vickers, an armoured car, and a universal carrier, which is a generally bigger and better overall roster that I have. Well, I had the sniper on the field, which can really start hurting those Vickers and all the infantry that are only 4 mans in the squad. So it'll do a good job at dealing with that pretty nicely. I am managing to reconnect my munitions on the right side, and I've disconnected this point as well just to cause him some more upset. He's healing his universal carrier. Personally, I will never use engineers to heal a universal carrier. It's only 50 munitions and you get to heal it yourself. It's quickly, and personally it's quicker. If you need to get it done quicker, I suppose but you didn't really need to do that, to be honest. So you didn't need to spend the munitions. So universal carrier going for an assault on the centre, and I'm going to be able to capture this point with these 2 infantry sections that are probably going to go in for the pushback. Panzer Grenadiers having to be forced back due to the enemy universal carrier pushing in the centre pretty heavily. My G43s get some good shots off on that universal carrier, forcing it to do a healthy retreat there. And I'm going to pull it back because it's not in range of my MG, so there's no need for me to get there. And the enemy is now going to be pushing over here. My guys are in heavy cover, so they can hold the ground for a little bit. Gets a nice kill on one of the infantry sections, as we'll see. Try and get a rifle grenade off. He just moves because he would have lost the squad if he didn't move there. Santa, his universal carrier is hurting me pretty badly, and even though I'm going to have to retreat from this point, I do a nice bit of damage to both the squads of these infantry over here. I'm going to try and disconnect that point as well.
They're trying to take it.
And the Panzer Grenadiers are coming over to assist against this point as well. Get a good Panzer Shrek over there, and just a bit of damage. He gets it. The British player brings a sniper out as well to try and counteract my sniper. But unfortunately my grenade misses and he gets away from that unscathed. I'm going to pull back out of there because that British infantry is just too hard for my Panzer Grenade to take off at the moment in time. Gotta be aware of that sniper, it may counteract my sniper and do a lot of damage. I need to be very careful on that respect. However, back at base, as you see, his army is getting a lot stronger than mine. But I'm getting closer to getting out some armour soon. As you see, I have my third base out, so I'm not far away from getting enough fuel and manpower to take it out. So I'll send my Jägerlad infantry in there. But it's very difficult when you're going to deal with this universal carrier, and I haven't got any anti-tank to deal with it at the moment, so I am on the back foot. Yet I am still managing to keep the middle victory point and the right victory point, which is always good. I don't know why he couldn't take the right victory point if he wanted to, but I got to be very careful. Combat going on at the bottom now. I sent the Pioneer Squad just to see if he owned anything defending the bottom munitions point, which he doesn't. If he does so, which means I get pushed back, and he is building a mortar position very slowly. Got to be careful because that sniper is waiting for me. As you can see, we're not too far away from each other, so I have to be very careful. I could lose my sniper in this combat. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit, guys. It's being quite slow at the moment. I'm mounting up an assault, ready to take on the left side view. And unfortunately, the enemy sniper comes forward and takes me out because I was too busy going down south. And that mortar position is going to really start hurting my Panzer Grenadiers, but I have managed to push them back and regain the bottom munition point. Losing the sniper was pretty annoying. I am going to bring out more now to try and help counteract that. That sniper's bringing a bit close, considering I don't have any infantry really nearby that can take it on. The G43s will do is a great counter to enemy snipers. That's why I went them, because if the British bring out a sniper as well, the G43 is also a good choice. I debated about getting another sniper, but I thought I lost one, and I best not bring another one. My manpower is better spent elsewhere at this moment in time. So it's not an easy game at the moment right now. I am winning the overall points war, but in the war with munitions, he's definitely in the lead right now. And overall fuel, I believe, we're pretty even across the board. I'm going to bring on a double mortar because I find the best way to deal with this mortar replacement is just keep on hitting it with mortars. It does cost me a decent amount of manpower, but I believe it's worth the price. Yeah, there's a car who's going to come in to scout if there's anyone there. But he has a lot of fortifications now set up. And that sniper is going to have to be very careful against that sniper, as it has the potential to squad wipe quite a few of my units. Building up a sandbag wall on the right side against me. It's a very good thing to do, but personally, I think it would have been the best bet maybe just to build a couple of mines here and keep 1 and 2 section over, not 2 is a bit overkill. So that sniper clearly started taking pot shots at my MG, which is probably going to move into position and start doing now. And I believe, no, he doesn't get a shot, he's just doing some recon. So my mortar's coming into position now as well. My mortar's coming quite far up to try and get some hits on the enemy mortar position. So I stopped him capturing that. However, those mortars are going to start hurting my MG. However, I just have superior manpower in the strength right now. And I do try and wipe that squad. I'm not going to be able to do it. I have to be very careful and stop moving some troops away. As any base artillery is going to start doing some damage. Only has one, luckily, so it's not going to do as much damage. That universal carrier is coming up also. But I do get a nice I should get a nice Panzerschreck off on it, but he does pin it. But he does suppress that with that. I do get a Panzerschreck, but that Vickers is going to really help save him. My mortar's doing a great amount of damage on this enemy position. However, I'm getting pretty badly damaged by the enemy artillery. Having to retreat through it is very scary also, but just missed me. He has braced the structure, so it's not going to take as much damage. But I do have troops defending the mortar still, so you can't just rush up and do a lot of damage to it. What I do, my troops are very badly injured, and I am bringing out Panzer IV now. So as we can see, I have a lot more map presence than I did before, especially with these mortars, because these mortars are doing a lot of damage to the British emplacements right now. Flames doing a lot of damage to my engineers. I can't heal them because I don't have a medic bunker, I believe. Yes. Oh, I do have a medic bunker now, so I can heal them back at base. But I'm going to have to retreat this Grenadier squad. I'm going to lose it to the enemy mortar position. However, that mortar position is very low and just requires one more hit. And I believe, there we go, and we take it out. So it's always good for me to take that out. Cost 400 manpower. I always prefer mortars and mortar positions, so as mortars can move and be rehealed. Mortar positions are very difficult because they can't be moved, it's pinpoint, you have to defend it very well. And he just didn't defend it well because he didn't own the centre. He brought it a bit too close. He brought it a bit too close from what he really wanted to. If he moved it a little bit further back, maybe like behind this church, he could have said still rain to about it's full rain up to about here still. So if I ever want to do a counter attack on him, he would struggle to hold that. If I wanted to deep strike, it would struggle with that. But he put it very close to the front line, right here, and my mortars could have a field day on it. Panzer IV with my really nice winter camouflage, probably my favourite camouflage. Yeah, I'm gonna get a nice camera angle on this Panzer IV. There we go, guys. A nice camera. Get rid of this taskbar. Look at that. That is beautiful.
The company command post
Yeah,
is
that's
finished
my
and ready for use.
MG42. So now I'll zoom out, and we'll get back to the fighting. I push my Panzer IV in, seeing the enemy universal carrier, and just take it out pretty nicely.
Armored vehicle gone.
Enemy smoke caught in by the sniper, so I need to be very careful now. Need to get, and he has got another mortar position set up a little bit further back this time, near the church, which is a better position. But I'm going to have to, I lose a mortar to that, I lose both my mortars in that engagement, unfortunately. But they are both there, and both can be remanned. Hasn't got really much AT, so I decided to push pretty heavily with my Panzer IV. And target the, and rather than instead of targeting the MG, I'm going to start targeting the mortar position. That's probably going to do the most damage, and I've lost a lot of troops. Not squads, but a lot of men to this heavy mortar barrage. So he just bringing in his armored car, which just has the potential to hit my rear armor pretty badly. And I do get penetrated in the back with the rear armor. So I do get a shot off on it, and that forces him to pull back. But I see how weak it is. So I see how weak that mortar emplacement is. So I am wondering, and I do go back for it, I believe, and try and get another shot and destroy it, because that, if he loses another one, that's a real drain on manpower. Almost lose a squad here, but I destroy it. So that's now one star Panzer IV with a kill in the building as well. So it's always good. But my infantry is very badly damaged, as we can see in the top left hand corner as well. So it's going to be very difficult to beat an enemy infantry push. And he does have a decent amount of infantry on the field. He's bringing out a Cromwell now, so I have to be careful. I was going to go for a Stug, but I decided against it and decided to start staying up for another Panzer IV, as the Stug was not needed really. I fire a rifle grenade, but he does move away. He is competent in the field. He's a very competent player, has a lot of hours. I wanted to try and get the cap, but I'm going to have to retreat because he killed the squad out. The guy that was in there. Some pioneers are going to come up to try and heal the Panzer IV with the amazing armour colour. One of my mortars has been remanned, and I'm going to have to reman the second one shortly with a pioneer squad. Probably once it's been finished, dealt with this. And a lot of my troops are now getting veterancy. His troops are also getting veterancy, as we can see. So it's relatively rare, but I have better armour on the field right now, and by going that armoured car, it's going to really struggle to get armour that can stand up to me at the moment. He doesn't have an AT. If he had an AT gun as well, I think that would probably be our tank hunter infantry sections, but he didn't go that. And he does have a Cromwell now, which should automatically upgrade up with a tank commander, which he's doing. So good, I'll give him credit there. So Cromwell can take on a Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV should, by all means, win a one-on engagement. It all depends on some lucky bounces by either side. Like if I get a bounce and if he bounces me, I should be sorted. Or if I hit and he bounces and I don't, and he doesn't bounce against me, it's going to be very unfortunate. I've had it before where Cromwell's one-on-one beat a Panzer IV before. But I should be alright because I have the 1-star ability. It unlocks the Blitzkrieg ability as well, so I can get out of there if I need to, hopefully without losing the tank. MG42 doing a good job there. It's been took a lot of fire. Hasn't got a single kill though. Just there for the good suppression over there. And my mortars are back on, starting to fire. And I actually wiped the squad with a mortar over that enemy sniper. So I do try and get a shot off on it, but unfortunately run into that Cromwell, and he misses the first shot. But I'm going to get out of there. Anyways, until my second one comes out there. So I feel confident to push him. He doesn't have any AT guns from what I can see. I know he has an armoured car and a Cromwell, so. The MGs from the tanks here with the sniper, and he tries to get his Cromwell away, but he's not going to get that out of there. I'm going to push back the 1-star because that's what I want to do, and I don't want to push too deeply, especially when there's enemy Piats around. But as we can see, he's lost a lot of troops, and I'm starting to get the upper hand pretty nicely now, especially with I've controlled the centre point the entire game. I want to see if he's moved his pickers, but he hasn't, so I'm not going to be able to capture that point as well. and this Vickers has been removed from this point here, so I can now start capturing this point as well and start hampering his resource production. His resource flow, sorry, not production. Both my mortars are doing a good job helping push. I'm moving the Panzer IV that has the that has sort of full health up now. Cromwell's not shooting at me. Pretty strange. I'm going to go for a full push and just take advantage of the situation. Killed a guy with a Bren gun as well, so that's always good. So I pushed the front line pretty heavily up against him now. So I'm going to send some squads in there to capture that and grab the Bren gun. I have a heavy map present in him. He's been in the second Cromwell, which is going to be tricky for two Panzer IVs. It's going to be relatively hard to tackle with, especially with the AT gun around. But with my infantry, I should be able to deal with that pretty nicely. However, I am going to send some more troops over to the right side of the battlefield, just because I'm curious and I am cautious that he might try and do a strike into the left side. Also, by capturing this point, I am immobilising his fuel resource, so he's not getting any fuel in, as we can see by the resource flow. You can see I can't see because I'm in windowed mode. Right now, the AT gun, I'm surprised that AT gun does not have range in one of my tanks right now. And he now has two Cromwells in the field, so he has a decent armoured force now, so I have to be cautious and careful of this now. But I should have the troops to deal with this pretty nicely. I do have the munitions to upgrade to Panzer Shrek and Panzer Grenadiers, so if I would like to do that I can. But my Panzer Shrek Grenadiers are capping points, and as you see I'm really hampering his map presence. Cromwell moving to the right side, both of them by the look of it. Yep. And I'm going to try and keep my guys there for as long as possible to try and get that cap before I have to leave. And I do get the cap, so I'm going to pull back the now. Oh, I thought I got a good shot, but unfortunately I seem to have missed, but he missed also. Two bounces, actually, so that was very good for me. However, unfortunately that AT gun is there, so I'm going to have to get out of there relatively quickly now. Don't want to lose that 2-star with those side skirts. So he's happy with that, so I'm going to get out of there as well. I do get a Panzerfaust on the back of him there. It doesn't damage the engine. Push back all the way back at base. At this point, fuel doing okay. Have the manpower to build the Tiger. Haven't unlocked a Tiger yet. I have unlocked the close air support though, which is good. So when I get 200 munitions, I can always call that in if I need to as well. And he's going to slowly start recapturing territory. But as I've got a monopoly on it for quite a while, it doesn't really matter at this point. However, I'm always cautious though, because this game has a very good system of where the less troops you have, the more manpower you'll be getting per minute, and I will, so you can retrain your army pretty nicely. Don't know why he's calling the Commando Glider. Personally, he could be spending his manpower on something a bit more productive. Maybe maybe another squad of infantry section with some upgraded Piats and Bren guns. The Commandos wasn't a good choice because it's so expensive with their glider. So he's going to bring those Commandos out. Let's see if he uses them correctly. As we see, I have a very heavy map presence right now. I'm going to have to heal my troops over here. Small engagement over here. My G43s will have this because I stole them with the stolen Bren gun as well, which is always fun. I have to be careful, especially with the enemy Cromwell coming up. I am going to have to push to fall back this unit. I am going to send my Panzer Grenadiers over as well. I have done rapid deployment as well to get my guys over there as quickly as possible, as we can see. And the Panzer IV, which is 2-star now, is almost fully healed. I've sent the other Panzer IV down here just to be on the safe side, to try and stop them from pushing. So armor wise, we're doing alright. I decided to bring a pack gun on the field now myself, just to give myself that extra AT. And he's going to do a big armoured push on the centre by the looks of it, but I'll just redeploy. My mortars being there are going to be a struggle for any of his infantry, especially those commandos. Reposition the MG42 in the centre, should be doing a good job of covering that star. It's done a good job, it's been the same MG crew the entire game. It's a miracle it hasn't been decrewed with the amount of artillery that's hit it. Hasn't killed much though, so I have repositioned it so maybe you can get it. So it's all this cover, it hits on the barbed wire and everything. I don't have enough munitions down for my Stuka close air support, which I am saving up for, because I did own both munition points for quite a while. So it's always good to repel enemy armour push by using that. My arm is quite spread out though, so I need to be careful. If he pushes heavily on the right side, I'm going to have to be ready to use these Panzer Grenadiers as quickly as possible with the Panzer Shreks. But it's a pretty bit of a stalemate right now, so I'm going to fast forward it as nothing really much is happening. He's moved his AT gun up a little bit. There's a bit of a fight going on now. My pack gun is now finally in position, so I can put that on tanks only. It's a very nice frontal penetration there, and the MG finally gets the penetration he wants. But I get hit by his AT gun with my 2-star, so I want to be very careful. But he brings it in again and gets another his other one comes in. It's a big shot, so I'm going to call in my Rikstuka close air support. I wasn't sure if that was good or not. I think he thought it was artillery barrage, so he pushed it a little bit back, but I get some nice strays on these tanks, and it's very bad. These tanks are very badly damaged. So I take this opportunity to remobilise my armoured area. And I wasn't sure if he was on the tip still. He's just out of range with that, so the struggles aren't going to strafe. But his tanks are very badly damaged. However, I need to be careful though, because there is a Piat squad there. Piat squad and an AT gun, and you'll see when all of them fire, it does quite a bit of damage. Do try to get out of there, but it doesn't do much. However, I do kill one of his Cromwells, and due to the lack of fuel he's had the entire game, him losing one tank is not going to be much, and I've now saved up enough to bring the sexy Tiger under field. It's going to be really difficult for him to counter. And I have had possession of both points the entire game, so he's really going to struggle this time to deal with the Tiger. He doesn't have the AT, and especially with him losing a tank like that, it's not going to have much. So what I've done is I have blitzed the Panzer Grenadiers up, get a double Panzer Grenadier hit on there, try and push it, but it gets out of there very quickly. He almost loses his other one on tactical movement, which is really good if you're going to push with those Panzer Grenadiers. Put my Tiger straight down the field. See the AT gun, or accidentally shoot at the infantry first. Does get a small pierce on the frontal armour there. Does kill one of them, kills one of them with a gun, 2 of them with the MG, and as we see, he is healing his guys from it, so I have to be very careful. I thought, he's calling in a strafing run, and turns out, after a while, I'm like, and I realise what it is, so I get my Tiger out there straight away, and he has just practically wasted a enemy bombing supremacy of 325 munitions, and he almost does kill this Panzer Grenadier, like does just get out of there. So in my opinion, he has just wasted that, and if anything, he's killed his own glider position. So in my opinion, it did more damage against him than it did against me, because he could replenish his troops on that glider, and now he can't because it's been destroyed by his own bombing run. So as I said, he's struggling a little bit now,
100 points left.
and he's going to do a small infantry push over. I'm going to do a small push over here to try and deal with that. This infantry in the building. Cap this point, stop him getting that fuel production in again, which is what I need to do with the British. And he's starting to put a Firefly now, which is I believe, yep, he's starting to bring out a Firefly, which is good. He needs to bring out something like that to deal with my Tiger tank and that 2-star Panzer IV, but he needs to be careful also, because I have enough infantry to deal some real damage to that Firefly at close range. He's doing a decent push on here with his infantry, but he's just been pushed back with my armour. He's done enough damage. He's in a squad of infantry over to commandos to try and capture this point over here. So I'm going to have to send some infantry. I'm going to have to dispatch some infantry to go and recapture that as quickly as possible. He's got his Firefly in the field. I don't know he's got this Firefly at this point, and I am building out an all squind to try and deal with some of those, to deal a lot more damage to the enemy infantry. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit and see what happens, shall we? So he's going to do another armour push and over here. Gets a good pierce on my armour here. Good pierce. That range is insane for this thing. The second one bounces, but I see it and I get out of there relatively shortly. I believe he gets one more shot off of me. There we go, so I'm going to get out of there as quickly as I can. However, this Cromwell needs to believe, just because my Tiger's on just below half health, it's not going to be, he needs to send more than a Cromwell to try and deal with it. And because of this, he's fallen into a trap. He's hit my T-gun, Panzer IV and Tiger, so he's not getting out of there. And on that note, 3-star Panzer IV. I do get hit by the enemy Firefly, so I'm going to get out of there. In the meanwhile, I'm going to do a push here with the Grenadiers and tactical movement again, and just push this building with MG before it turns to reposition. He's going to push with his fuel point, which is fair enough because I'm pushing his fuel point. Got that sexy Ostwind over there, yeah, doing some damage to the infantry pretty nicely there. However, Ostwind, what many people don't know, Ostwind can take a lot of damage from mortars because it's just an open top. So it can take a lot of damage to mortar fire, so you need to be very careful. Really good. It's a really good tank at killing your infantry, killing enemy infantry. Which is really all he has apart from a firefly.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So he doesn't have many points left. So a rifle grenade to try and deal with those engineers. He should have retreated them, but because of that the Ostwind's gonna almost wipe the squad. He's very lucky, to be honest. I'm going to push his point again, stop him from disconnect that. They also have this point as well, so even though he's capturing this fuel, he's not actually getting the points for it because he doesn't own this point here. So by doing that, he's lost even more supplies by designating troops to the right side. But he has to do it because he really needs his point. But I just push the left side, just capture the left side pretty easily enough. But not a good idea. I have a very nice stacked army now, pretty bedded compared to his now. I've just squad wiped here and there. However, I really do wish I had a second pioneer squad because I need to heal these tanks relatively quickly. He has 52 points left. It's been a good game. He has majority. He has 1,800 hours. I only have 400 hours in this game. 440 hours in this game. So I'm pretty chuffed with myself. He put a demo charge there, which is very surprising because people don't know these commandos. The 5-man commandos can use a demolition charge. So I have to be very careful, and I'm not sure if he even detonates it. So we'll see what happens. Big enemy push, big infantry push in the centre here. I'm gonna have to send my MG's doing a good job at suppressing. However, my MG's gonna die because of the amount of infantry fire that's on it. So I finally do lose the MG over there. It's a shame, but the Ostwind's gonna come in as well to lose damage. A good bundle grenade off there as well. Alright, I do get shot by that living bloody firefly, so I have to be careful. I'm not sure if I don't believe he loses a squad, which is a shame. I would love to have killed that squad. So I've got the Ostwind there with all my tanks, and he's just losing a lot of infantry in this centre engagement.
The squad's gone.
I have pushed my new troops in, but he hasn't pressed that demo charge, even though I'm capturing, which is pretty funny. I do a very strong push over here to try to do some damage against this. I get a double firefly, and he says, I don't know what people say Brits are OP. Brits aren't OP, he didn't use a demo charge, which is what they didn't kill anything, so whatever, lol. Surrendered after trying to use the demo charge on me. And that is the game, guys. I'm going to show you the end screen, guys. Great map, I really enjoy this map. So if you don't like this map, I'm a big fan of winter maps on this game. I really enjoy the camos so that you can bring out with them, and I really enjoy the maps in general and just the atmosphere of it all and the camouflage for the infantry. So most valuable unit was my Panzer IV. Only I lost 1, killed 16 infantry with buildings. If he killed a building, 7,700 damage. Assassin, mortar team killed the most, infantry killed the most. Pioneer squad gets the 2 flame kills on the MG. The late game damage, he does more damage dealt to me. I lose less. I kill 86. Do more captures, less losses. Let's have a look at the graph, guys. As we see, it's very close up until about the 20th minute mark, and by losing that armoured car, it is really went down. Well, good game to my opponent. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. And if you like this, if you want to send me a replay, my email will be in the description below. It is legioiexpania1999@gmail.com. So feel free to send me a replay whenever you want. I will try and cast them if they're a very interesting battle. And if you like this video, guys, leave a like, and if you want to see more great content, please subscribe, man. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.